Welcome back. In November, there was an important geopolitical development which took place when the Japanese Prime Minister, Sanae Takaichi, said that an invasion of Taiwan by China will mean a matter of survival for Japan. This means that Japan will be compelled to take up arms against the invader. This point, of course, was not taken well by China, and China put a lot of pressure in the diplomatic space, in the economic space, in military posturing, etc. It even influenced public opinion against Prime Minister Takaichi. Today, China stands where United States stood in 1870 as the biggest industrial power. Back then, the US publicly rejected imperial ambitions, as China does today, and railed against colonialism. Yet, US kept expanding its influence as its power grew. It even ended up annexing the Philippines in 1898 and ignoring the global criticism. It began its colonial rule there in Philippines from 1899. As Machiavelli said, a weak man advocates pacifism, so others won't harm him. Once he is strong, he's the one who starts harming others. The pacifist becomes the predator. Today, with its GDP in purchasing power parity terms, China is 33% bigger than USA. And this is what matters. PPP matters. GDP in PPP. So it is the number one industrial power advocating a rules based order. We hope that it will not betray its promises. But what will you do if it behaves as Machiavelli says that mankind does? And China's aggressive reaction to PM Tanikachi's recent comment rarely hints that it is setting the stage for its Taiwan endgame. So, what does this mean for India? First, Japan has shown it won't back down easily. PM Tanikachi clarified her statement, but she hasn't taken it back. Despite all the diplomatic pressure, economic signals, military posturing, etc. Now, Beijing has to manage this new front with Japan. Therefore, India actually gets a bit of strategic breathing room on its northern borders. That eases the immediate pressure and gives New Delhi some space to build up its capabilities without worrying about sudden escalation. At the same time, India's value for the United States goes up. India has even started saying the Quad should stay inclusive. That tells Washington that the biggest player in the group isn't wishing to be openly hostile to China. And because of that, the US will want to hold India close, mainly through the only remaining strong link it has, commerce. So a US India deal could move faster than expected. The bottom line is Japan China tensions are a part of a larger shift in the Indo Pacific, and the current configuration helps India as India gets strategic bandwidth and room to maneuver, as India gets more leverage in talks with the US. And in a more fragmented Asian security landscape, India could be the credible balancer. Also, as a reliable middle power from Asia, it can provide the connective tissue which can hold one or more cluster of nations together.